Hello foodies and welcome back to FUT in Review, episode 629. Call it Thrill Breakers, call it Total Rush. Tomato, we are in week 4 and we get a packed promo team already. Of course, we'll discuss our week in FUT. We talk about the release content, a stuffed mailbag. EA is actually bringing jokes into the content, and we bring you the community team of the week. And of course, it is the long-awaited FC25 debut of an infamous host. We talk about so much. We try to squeeze in another I haven't Jota a clue quiz to see if Ingvi can close the gap with myself. And also, what is the real deal with 6 at the back formations? And is the sprint boost broken now? My name's John, and I'm joined by the man from Norway, our legendary skipper. The FUT database himself is none other than Ingvi.
Hello.
Hello, my friend. You right?
Yep, all good.
Oh, good. It's going to be a packed show, so let's jump in. Introducing our last host of tonight. Normally, we say Friday is Chris and Ingvi, but Chris is actually moving houses, so he can't be here. So last but not least, to join us, Sim Racer Extraordinaire, FC25 newbie, but fast climbing the ranks and mastering the game. It's the man that has the best hair also in this business. It's none other than James Hazel. Hey, James.
How you doing?
Hello, my friend. It's good to have you on.
Yeah. First time on the Friday show or whatever. Yeah, it's fun to be here.
Yeah. There's 7,000 people on live chat, so there's
7,000.
no stress.
No pressure.
Yeah,
You see James Collins right
big
away.
shoes to fill. Impossible shoes to fill with Chris not being here. But
You'll be all right, my friend. You'll be right. It's good to have you on. For people that don't know you, can you do like a 30 seconds introduction for people that have missed the Newbie Chronicles last year?
I can make it even shorter than 30 seconds. I'm an FC newbie. No, so I started playing FC towards the end of FC 24. John and I do a little Formula One podcast together. So here I am playing FC and now on this show as well, apparently.
And now hooked. And a new
host.
host.
Yeah.
We always start the Friday show with a topic. I quite liked the last time, but we had a lot of community feedback about it. So we're going to try it once again. It is time for
This Week in Football Ultimate Team.
In that section, we all give us either our highlights or our worst nightmare moments from this week. Let's start with you, James. What's been your highlight or worst nightmare moment of this week in Football Ultimate Team?
For me, it's just a highlight, and that is playing Rush with 3 other people. Absolutely amazing fun, good laughs, no sweat, love it, absolutely love it.
That's cool, though. Is it as good as playing drop-ins?
I purposefully avoided drop-ins because of all the bad reviews of that. So, but yeah, playing it with mates is a lot of fun. Yeah, some of the best fun I've had in gaming in quite a while. Actually, I don't do a lot of multiplayer gaming anymore. So, well, other than sim racing, but you don't really chat to people when you're doing that. You're just driving. So,
no, if you get a message there, it's probably not good.
Yeah, it's probably why did you wipe me out in the first corner? But yeah, in FC, well, apparently you get messages in FC, but I've got that turned off. I don't want to hear what anyone's got to say about my gameplay.
I think that's a smart move.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a lot of fun with friends.
Yeah. My worst experience this week has been in Rush as well, where I thought I just need like 6,000 points left to get the objectives done, or the 70k pack thingy, what they called. And I was like, just 1 or 2 matches, I'll be there. So I started the game. All my 3 teammates went AFK, like just walked out of bounds straight from kickoff. I'm like, this is going to be a lonely 7 minutes. And after 2 minutes, I just gave up. I caved. I never get tilted. I got tilted by this moment. I still find it excruciating that this can happen. But we have to talk about it. But I'm glad the 4 versus 4, when you have 4 mates together, is working for you and you're enjoying that, James.
Yeah, very much.
Ingvi, up to you, mate. What's going on in your FUT highlights or FUT masterclass? Disaster class even this week.
I think disaster class is probably the right one. Well, I I'm not liking the direction that the evolutions are going. It looked really promising the first week, and then after that, it's pretty much gone downhill. Suddenly, lots of restrictions, and it seemed like before the game came out, we could kind of do a lot of evolution, but they couldn't be maxed out if they had already the stats at maximum. So even though they normally wouldn't be eligible last year, they would be this year, but now EA has changed it again, it seems. So there's lots of restriction. You can't use there's an evolution where you can't only use rare cards, you can't use non-rare, which would have made it much more fun, and lots of other options. And now it's like getting smaller and smaller pool of possible players to do evos for, and well, that's killing a lot of the buzz I had for evolution early on.
Yeah, I can't say I disagree with you there. I'm not a big fan of evolution. Like, I think it's there. It's fine for people who wants to, but if you can change it, could be cool, right? And I like the fact they give that option. I said on yesterday's show as well, though it was a short one. I think I spent 3 minutes of those 15 minutes doing a little rant about exactly the same. Why they have to put in a rare, how do you call it? Requirement for the SBC, for the objectives from yesterday, for example. And
and it was paid, the one yesterday as well.
Yeah, but even if it wasn't paid, I still found it fun.
Yeah, of course. Of course. It started so fun. I have 2 really good cards in Gravenberg and Joe Gomez. Really fun cards because you could chain them and make them quite unique. But it doesn't seem like we're going to have that possibility anytime soon now by the looks of it. So hopefully EA will change it around again soon. If not, it's going to kind of die out, I think.
Yeah, 100% agree. Let's hope things change. We have at least gave our feedback on that. Content.
Yep.
We got so much to go to. When we said we only could do the show for 45 minutes or so, this is going to be an hour-long show, I know already. So I just want to put the first one out there. Let's talk content. Now, I have a certain topic in mind, which I think James wants to discuss as well, which isn't even in the script for today. So take it away, Ingvi. What's going on with Total Rush, or should we call it a different promo? Because it looks familiar.
I think you're thinking about the Trailblazer promo, but Total Rush is all about kind of using players for 5-a-side, so they kind of have to be a little bit versatile, and EA have boosted some stats a little bit more than they maybe normally would. So they would fit playing in a 5-a-side team. So that's kind of the base of this promo.
No Robbie though, James.
No, unfortunately.
So that's, well, of course, some well-known players. The boosts are okay-ish. Some of them doesn't seem that good, like Arnold, but the in-game stats have been boosted more than the card rating should suggest, which is okay, I guess. Some fun cards, of course, but the good ones are pretty much out of reach for many, and the cheap ones are really cheap, and I'm kind of guessing that they won't be as good as the good ones, of course.
Mbappe is just 7.7 million. What we're talking about.
Yeah, we have Cristiano Ronaldo 2.2 something and Griezmann 1 point something. So we can talk about the team afterwards. So it's like more well-rounded players in this promo, so you should be able to use them in the rush mode. We got an objectives player, Daniel Parejo. He is also well-known to the FUT community. Been lots of promos during the last 5, 6, 7 years, I guess. Got some nice pace boost this time. Center mid got plus 25 acceleration, plus 27 sprint speed, which he kind of needed. Card is solid. I don't think he's going to get in many teams. 85 rated. You need to win 6 matches with at least 4 players from La Liga. In your starting 11, it's squad battles, minimum semi-pro or in rivals. It's fair enough, not difficult at least. You need to play 10 matches while having at least 4 players. And you need to score 10 goals using a player from La Liga. And you need to assist 5 goals with through balls in squad battles or rivals. That can be done with any type of player also. That's just by playing, I guess. So it's not difficult, but the card is not gonna... Yeah,
I find this extremely disappointed because of one thing.
and that is...
Parejo, in my honest opinion, as long as I played FIFA, he's an 86 rated card.
Yeah.
This card should be an 86 rated card.
Yeah, it's like kind of you packed the walkout.
It's just if I packed this one, I was like, this isn't the real one. Can't be.
No. He's been Mr. 86 for a while, yeah.
Why not give his, like, if EA is making jokes anyways, make his promo card an 86.
Yeah. So that's, fair enough. Dead ball plus is nice, of course. So a free kick should be nice. Long ball, normal, tiki-taka, and ping pass or good passing. Press proven is also nice. So you can probably use him in rush as well, of course. But still, there's so many other good cheap players around. So, but save him for an evolution later. We might get something fun, hopefully.
True.
Parejo
for you, James? Yay or nay? Or meh?
He doesn't really fit in my team, so he's a nay from me.
If only it was 86 rated.
Hey, maybe that would change it. Yeah.
And you were talking a little bit about banter. We got a player of the month SBC today. Kind of expected. Cole Palmer had a great month for Chelsea, so he got an 87 rated player of the month card, +1 from his inform. He did get Deadball plus playstyle plus, but his free kick accuracy is 80, so I think EA could have boosted that a little bit more.
Didn't actually see that still. Wish I saw that before I did, yes.
Yeah, it helps with the playstyle, of course, but I still think it should be much higher, to be honest.
Maybe you can boost it.
Yeah, you can, of course, boost it with a with a chemistry card or something, but it's they could have given him at least an 84 or 85, 86 easily without breaking anything.
Catalyst or Maestro does the job. Can also, one of these should do it for the free kicks. Pretty cool card, but let's explain what's with the banter. What's going on here?
Yeah, I remember before the launch of when EA presented the player ratings for the Chelsea players, Cole Palmer and a few other guys were talking about it, Cucurella, and then they were talking about Cucurella's card, and it's like, he's he's not a rare card, he's a non-rare card, and then Cole Palmer said, I've discarded him 5 times already, and Cucurella, he gave him a really, really strange, quite angry, annoyed look, and there's a section in the SBC to unlock Cole Palmer where you put some bronze players and you get a Cucurella card, which is fine. We find quite funny though. It's a good banter from me. I think it's nice.
Yeah, this one I found funny as well. You put in one bronze player. It has to be a rare player, I think, or non-rare player, something like that. It says specifically, I quite like this, and you get a Cucurella card in exchange. It's like, makes 0 sense if you don't know the joke.
Yeah.
But I thought this was a pretty fun one.
Yeah, it's really nice. I like those small things. Spice things up a little bit, makes us smile a little bit, which is nice.
James, you've used the original Palmer, I think, in your team. What do you think?
Yeah, he's been in my team twice now. I had the gold card in like week, like halfway through the first week or like the pre-order week, and I didn't like him at all in my team. He's back in again, and I really like him now. Changed a few tactics around a little bit, and I'm getting on with him as a card really, really well. So I am quite tempted to do this, just even for a small upgrade, if I can do it cheaply enough.
It's around 70k to do the SBC, so it's not.
Yeah, and if I can bring that price down with, obviously whatever I've got lingering around in my squad, then I'll probably do it just for the upgrade. Don't know whether I'll be using him for any free kicks, but.
You should know.
Yeah.
That was my highlight of the week. Playing a friendly versus James, by the way, Ingvi.
Yeah.
I sort of mistimed the tackle. Let's put it mildly. He got a free kick. And he's like, I don't even know how to take free kicks. And then he scored the free kick.
Nice.
Alexander Arnold was doing work for me that night.
Yeah, so he's not taking any free kicks with Palmer. No, he's not. No. Oh, well. Well, it's a pretty interesting card, isn't it, Ingvi?
Well, if I have the inform, so it's not that interesting for me.
But he's
Because
different from the Informer. That's why I find him an interesting card.
it's not that different. He's a little bit faster. +4 free kick accuracy. Other than that is +1, +2. So for me, it's nothing special. Same, pretty much the roles and playstyles. Besides the Dead Ball Plus, which I don't need that anyway. So
no, I get what you're saying, but I quite like that if they gave him a special card. At least that's what I've been complaining about. So now they have done it. I have to admit that I quite like it. That if they boost a card that's already got a small boost to this game so far, they should do something with him.
Yeah.
And even something small like giving a Dead Ball Plus. I think that's a pretty cool feature just to give one of these cards.
It helps, but they could have given a +2 because he's probably going to get an inform soon, and then that inform is going to be 87 rated, and maybe it's pretty much the same minus the Dead Ball Plus thing. But if they had given him a +2, he would be kind of more viable a little bit longer. But now we can maybe a week or two, then he's going to get a new card. So yeah, and it's probably going to be cheaper than this one anyways.
That could be true looking at his 86 rated card. James, just get his 86 rated card. That's what Ingvi is saying here to you.
Okay. I'll take your word on it, yeah.
So, yeah.
But EA, thanks for the banter.
Yeah. Something to build on with that, making them more special. I like that.
Yeah, but don't ever give me a Ruud van Nistelrooy goalkeeper or Mark van Basten.
No.
Cam ever again. That's no banter. That's just disrespect. Just saying.
That's different story, yep.
What else did we get or you want to discuss?
We got some SBCs, which I kind of like. We did get a Mallory Swanson Rush SBC, 89 rated card. That's a +2, which is nice.
The prices went up twice as well.
That these two SBCs have affected lots of American players and the women's NWSL players, Sophia Smith, etc. Inform Rodman has kind of gone up extinct as well. The Swanson card is 250,000 K to do. She's 4-star skills, 5-star weak foot, which is really nice. Her non-inform was really good. I tried her earlier in the game. Got some really good stats as well, I think. She can play left mid, right wing, striker, and left wing, which is really nice for team building. Inside forward plus and winger plus only on the left mid.
Yes.
That's a little bit annoying.
Not a little bit annoying. That's just damn frustrating, if I might be blunt.
The left wing one could at least had the
inside forward right, plus or something.
Yeah, a right wing. Well, maybe the left wing since she starts left mid, but the right could also put it on right wing. But that's probably going to be in some card later on.
How can you have a left midfielder with winger plus but not have a left winger?
Yeah,
plus. That sounds a bit weird, right? You have a left midfielder that can attack extra good, but if you put her already on top, she can't do it anymore.
Yeah, it's a bit strange. She has the normal finesse shot, which is nice. First touch, flair, technical, and quick step. So she's really good on the ball. She's quite quick as well. So that's it's a good card. It's a fun card, but a little bit strange with the rolls. I agree.
James, is something you're like, worth the price, or is like totally out of your price range and weird league to use?
Out of my price range, too difficult to fit into a team for me. So not something that I would be looking to do at all.
I think this is an extraordinary card, but I'm the same with James. Like 200, it's a lot of. We got some pretty expensive SBCs this last week.
Yeah, some of them have been really overpriced. But next one I think is kind of not too bad because she's a legend of the female game as well, and the inspiration behind James's T-shirt, I guess. She brought the tea celebration, drinking tea when she scored against England, which many found amusing, but I guess the British didn't, at least not the English fan.
Quite fun, no.
So that's Alex Morgan, really good on FC24 as well. She got an SBC, end of an era. She has retired. Comes in around 325,000 coins to do. She has 4-star skill, 5-star weak foot, and some pretty good stats here for a striker as well. She wasn't in the game originally from the start. You could search the name, but her card is not. So I'm kind of glad they added this one. Might get David De Gea card later on as well.
Yeah, wasn't that because originally the season hasn't started yet?
No,
she's not playing the new season.
De Gea had signed before the kind of cutoff date, so in theory he should have been in. So yeah, but
I was going to miss 78 goalkeeper, by the way. Never mind.
No, but he should have had an inform.
Yeah, fair enough.
Alex Morgan, striker, roll, target 4+, and poacher ++, which is really nice. That's fitting for her card and playstyle. Finesse shot plus, which is really, really nice. First touch, normal, flare normal, aerial normal, and Trivela. So I think that's some really good attacking playstyles as well. So I think this card could be really good in game. And of course, you can link her with, if you're lucky enough to pack Sophia Smith or some Rodman card or something. And you have the Swanson SBC as well. But of course, it's going to be expensive link up. But it's a really good good looking card. I like it. And
we got a lot of questions sent in about chemistry. I'll come back to that later because I think this card without any boost, especially since we're just in week 4, still perfectly fine, even if you put her on 0 or 1 cam.
Yeah, it's a really good. That's a
96 finishing on the main stat card is extremely high at this stage of the game.
Yeah, that's some will say she's too slow, but I don't think so. With those other stats, 84 pace and 84 acceleration and 85 sprint speed is fine now as well, and you can of course boost it with Hunter Chem style if you really need it, and then if you put a Hunter, she's 97 attacking position, 99 finishing with 93 shot power, 99 penalties and 92 volleys. So with 92 composure, I think she will score a lot of goals. So it's a fair price, I think, for that card. But of course, you might struggle a little bit to fit her.
No, we might have lost Ingvi there.
Oh dear.
It happens. When he comes back, we'll just continue the conversation about that, though. But Alex Morgan, James, I know she doesn't really fit your team, but something you're saying like, let's try to do it.
If I have the coins, if I can do it, I would. Because, like Ingvi was just saying, like the finishing, that's pretty impressive, isn't it? The stats there. I think she's probably a phenomenal striker. Like you said, even without much chemistry, still very good. So yeah, I think anyone, if they could, would probably want to slot that into a team at this stage of the game. And plus, that end of the era card design is just absolutely gorgeous.
Talking about gorgeous, he's back. Welcome back.
I'm back to
smoothest of segues.
I went a little bit incognito mode here, I guess. It's really nice, the Alex Morgan card. I like it.
Yeah, definitely. I'm with that. I got one striker in my team, Haaland. And I was like, I don't know about Haaland, but he's now 78 matches in with 89 goals, and that's all in rivals and champs. Like, he does score a lot, though. So I'm in doubt of spending. I was even thinking about, do I sell him? Do I not sell him? And I got recommended to put a evolution on him just to make him untradeable, so I don't even have an option to sell anymore. So that might be something I'll do after this podcast. Let us know though in the comments. I've seen a lot of comments on Spotify and this week, and I appreciate that also on YouTube. Like if you packed something or you didn't agree with what we say about the player or you use the player, drop it in the comments. If I'll try to pick out, I'll read them all. I can't respond on everyone, but I'll read them all. If there's something that's outstanding, like someone that said just now on Spotify, "Hey, I packed Joe Cole from the SBC, from the Icon SBC. That's pretty, or the Hero SBC. That's pretty cool." Just drop your comments. I like to know. Also, I like to know if you want to do Morgan and or Swanson. If you do both, that's actually a pretty nice fit, but expensive. So,
Yep.
anyone else you want to discuss?
We got a total rush Ito where you need around 140,000 rush points to unlock, and you get lots of player picks on the way as well. So if you play rush, you're probably gonna suddenly see him pop up. So that's
Best Harry, the best. Sorry, James, you just lost.
Oh no, I've lost my crown.
So yeah, it's easy to do, and the card isn't anything super special. He plays in League A. Just solid 4-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot. It's probably fun card. Just I don't think it's gonna kind of carry you in the weekend league or in rivals. I think just normal plus for right mid has the winger plus and inside 4 plus. So the right winger has winger plus roll, so that's nice. At least I got that one right.
Yeah, and there's something about these cards which I forgot to mention this week when I did the content shows, Ingvi.
Yeah.
You have a lot of rush objectives where you need a player from a country. You might not have the players available for you. But if you have untradeable players in your club from certain countries, it might make it a lot easier down the road.
Yeah.
Like we need an Argentina player, and James has a top Argentina striker in his team. Mexico, since we did Jimenez, I had the Mexico objective like 10 times already.
Yeah.
Having maybe Ito in the team and you get a Japanese one is pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, that's what kind of why you should keep him. But I don't think he's going to make many main teams. But
none, I think. But it's fast though.
Yeah, in a few months he's going to fit an evolution and could make him really unique and fun. So just leave him in your club. It's not something super difficult to unlock, which is nice, of course. So yeah, that's just the ones I think for objectives and SPCs. So and EA kind of leaked themselves. I'm guessing either SPC or objective or team 2 on the information pages. So the playmaker, because he's not in any site we can see now at least. So if people want to check that out on the news pages from EA, they'll see a certain player from
You
France.
can name it though. These days we can just talk about it if you want.
It's Zaire Emery from PSG, midfielder, the playmaker.
Yeah.
So
that's more common at least. That's good though.
Yeah, he's a good.
Do you want to talk about the team itself though? Because quite expensive team, but quite insane players. But do we actually need to highlight most of them? Because, of course, the Young and Mbappe are great, but
yeah, the Young got decent upgrades, even though it's just a +1 rating. But the end games are good. But of course, he's extinct. The same with Lauren James. He's extinct. Around 950k, I think, maximum. So I'm guessing they'll be more expensive quite soon. I used the non-inform Lauren James, and she's really good with the Trickster Plus as well. So she can do those quick, fancy fake shot turns as well if you like to do some dribbling around the pitch. So
yeah, I had her in my team until 2 hours ago as well. So
yeah,
then Palmer came, which just fit in perfectly as a Chelsea player as well. So
yeah, and Trent, of course, I think that's a really good rush card, well-rounded, and he can, of course, play CDM if you use him in your main team, because he's been playing a little bit inverted for Liverpool. I wish he was maybe a little bit faster, but if you play him centrally in midfield, he should be fine with those stats.
he does have a false back ++, which does represent him, though.
Yeah, it represent him really well, and he's got the whipped pass plus, which I really like as well. So an awesome playstyle. So
And apparently he's good at taking free kicks.
yep. So double 4-star as well. So that's really nice. He also has the attacking wingback plus on the right back, which fits him really well. CDM position has the center half role, so that's nice. Normal dead ball, incisive pass, long pass, really nice. Whipped pass plus, he has anticipate normal and relentless, so these are really good stats to have for both a midfielder and a wide wingback, I guess.
All these cards are good, mate, but they're so expensive.
Yeah, Trent is 400k now. I think he's going to drop a little bit, but
But for a right back, it's a lot of money, though. It's week 4, eh?
Yep.
James, are you anywhere near 400k for a right back?
Nowhere, no. I don't think I'm near 400k for a whole team.
So, yeah, and the cheap ones are like discard price, 10,000 and 12,000 coins. And there's Williams.
One Bundesliga player. One.
I don't think there's any from Serie A, is there? No. Mr. Strange, I think.
Yeah, also true.
Maybe we're going to have some objective players, or there are going to be lots in Team 2. We don't know. But there's a lot of copy-paste players. Mbappe, Cristiano Ronaldo, Griezmann, De Bruyne, De Jong, Arnold, Marquinhos, Tchouaméni. I know they do, but still, yeah, if it's going to be the same type every. There are some new ones, but they are not kind of up there, boosted enough to kind of go into teams. That's what I'm hoping for, because we face the same players a lot. If there's a rich person playing you will see the best players, of course, and they're gonna be the same type.
Yeah, that Mbappe doesn't look fun, honestly, to face.
No, but I'm pretty sure we won't see him often. Maybe once. Maybe somebody got a loan if they're lucky. In draft, maybe, yeah. But I don't think you're going to face him many times in Rivals or in FUT Champs at the moment.
No, fair enough. General 1 to 10 rating for this team and promo so far, Ingvi?
The content has been quite good, I say. So I'll give it a 7 because there's lots of things to do. There's lots of players and some cool SBCs as well, even though expensive, but I like them, and yeah, it's a good start, but the evolution should be better.
James?
Yeah, I'm gonna probably go with a 7 as well, to be fair. I like the live milestone stuff where you get stuff for playing and you get a card for playing or whatever. I like that sort of thing. These players that we're looking at on screen now, they all look fantastic. I could probably make any one of them fit into my team, but the chance of me ever seeing one in my team anytime soon are basically nil. So that side of it, I'm not too fussed about, to be honest. But well, unless I'm super super lucky. But yeah, I just like the milestone stuff. I think that looks pretty good. The SBCs look pretty good.
I don't know yet. I think I expected more rush objectives necessarily. They are there, but
there's gonna be flash objectives, etc.
Yeah,
every trade race, so there's gonna come lots of things. But
so I'm gonna be mindful for my score for those. So I'm gonna agree with a 7 now. It could even be higher if those things hit, because I think if they get the most out of the rush mode, this promo could be really cool. So
yeah,
I wanted to talk about, if that's okay with you, if we're closing off this promo talk, I want to talk a little bit about James's first week experiences. Because last week, James, you started all the way down in Div 10, I think, when you started the game for the first time.
Was it Div? No, it was Div 8, I think it was.
Div 8? This year means you start the game at Div.
Oh, no, this year I started Div 8. Sorry, no.
Yeah.
Last year's game, started right at the bottom, Division 8.
Yeah, and now Division 8. Yeah, so now Division 8 start. You've played many games, and we
I
know
have,
racing
yeah.
games is ladders, are ladder systems as well. And you have a certain opinion about the rival ladder system in FC from a new B/outside perspective, which you wanted to
Yeah.
get on the table. And this discussion could take up whole the podcast, so I have to cut it off somewhere.
Yeah.
But we will be doing a separate show about it soon, I think. So put it on the table. Let people know your thoughts, and we'll see how far we get.
I think it's garbage. I think the division system is garbage. I understand why they're doing it, because football has divisions and all the rest of it. But the problem, in my opinion, is that they've basically made it like a top score system. So you hit a point and you cannot drop back down from it. So if you push all the way up to Division 3 or Division 4 or whatever, it's like your absolute peak. You can push all the way up to that, but then you're stuck there. And if the landscape of the game changes over the next however many weeks for the season before there's the relegation stuff and you kind of start over, you then have your weekly objectives, and your weekly objectives are tied against your top score system, and that just doesn't work, in my opinion. This idea of having to score 45 points for the maximum rewards from rivals if you end up in a division that you're maybe on a really, really good day, you can play at that level, but day to day, generally maybe can't. I think it's a bad system. I think you should these like hard locks of hitting a pip or hitting a division and then not being able to drop back down. I think are just pretty rubbish. Really makes me scared to push too high up the divisions when I'm playing. I mean, it's not a problem that I'm having right now too much, although I did have a nice little 3-game win streak earlier on today. But
And you did some go with me, which made accidentally promoted you as well.
yeah, some co-op with you got me up to playing in Division 3 with you got me promoted up to Division 6. I was scared about that, and in my first couple of games, I thought, oh no. But then, I didn't do too bad later on. But I don't think it's a good system. I think if you're playing badly, or not even that you're playing badly or poorly, but you're having a bad run of luck, then the game should recognize that and somewhat sympathize with you and throw you an easy win to keep you playing the game. If you go on a losing streak of 5 or 6 or however many games, I think there's a problem there. Because ideally, I think the way it seems like it should be, at least, is that when you hit the level that you're actually at, you should be winning 50% of your games. But if you end up in division, whatever division, and then you're losing like 80% of your games, you probably shouldn't be in that division. Even if you made it up to that division at some point, you probably want to drop back down and then work your way back up again. And people shouldn't be worried about their division. Like the whole top score thing, maybe that works for like an end of season reward. Like, well done, you made it all the way up to Division 3 or all the way up to Division 2. Great. That gets you some sort of reward for the season. But once you've hit that, if you end up dropping back down all the way to Division 4, it doesn't matter. Okay, it affects your weekly rewards, but it doesn't affect your season rewards.
How does it compare to, say, for example, iRacing, which is a hardcore simulation racing game?
Well, iRacing's got a point system. You gain points when you win, you lose points when you lose. And the idea there is that you average out your points over however many races you do. And that helps you find your level, and then it puts you in lobbies racing other people that are broadly the same level as you. You might be, say, within, I don't know, the point system is hard to describe, but you're within a certain range of the other players or the other players in your lobby. So you might be at the bottom end of that range, and that probably looking at it, you think you've got a very limited chance of a win, but your chances of a win anyway when you're in a lobby with 20 other people are already quite slim. But then if you do really well, when you're at the bottom end of the scale, you get more points and that bumps you up. And then when you go into your next race, you're in another lobby, which will be slightly higher amount of points, and then it just sees how you do, basically. And maybe it needs a system like that, and maybe they can find a way of hiding those numbers behind these division numbers that fits with football. But the other systems I think of, like I've played a lot of fighting games, played an ungodly amount of Street Fighter 5. And that works on a similar system. That works on a similar system. You don't see the numbers, but you get graded, and a lot of games do this. You're like rookie 1 to 3 or 1 to 5, and then you're bronze, whatever range, silver, whatever range, gold, whatever range. But once you hit a peak, you can't. It doesn't make it impossible for you to drop back down. You can then drop back down. So yeah, if you have a run of luck, it doesn't then lock you into that luck. If you do really well, if you just play one day and you win 10 games in a row, or whatever, and you jump up a bunch of ranks, however that ranking system works, it doesn't then say, right, just because of that one day when you did really well, this is now your rank forever. And that's what FC seems to do, certainly on a seasonal basis. And I think that's what's frustrating a lot of players. There's a lot of people who seem to be getting very frustrated with their games, the division they're in. And I think part of the problem is that the landscape of the game, no one kind of, there was a bit of time, I don't know, FIFA games generally, for the most part, are like incremental small changes between games. Maybe this game there's more changes than some in the past, potentially. I don't know. I certainly like the roles seem to be a big thing. But if somebody week 0, pre-order week, goes flying in, rushes through the game, plays loads of games, rushes all the way up to division, wherever, then everyone else starts playing, and then the spread happens because at the start of the game, obviously everyone's compressed down. You might find that this division you've rushed into is actually not your division, and then you're stuck there. And now I'm just rambling on about it, so I want someone else's input, please.
I think definitely true. I think you can relegate from Division 2 upwards.
Yeah.
So you can drop from 2 to 3, but why you can't drop from 3 to 4 or 4 to 5?
And you can't drop from Elite to Division 1 either.
No, but that one I sort of get. Like if you're at Elite, that's your level, right? You don't accidentally...
You can accidentally, if you co-op with a good person, you can suddenly...
Yeah, but I think definitely the scaling and looking where the points are, the safeguards are in Division 1 now. You have to get streaks to actually get to Elite. You don't accidentally...
Yeah, it's not as easy as it was.
Exactly. I think... And then you're fully aware where you're going into. Let's put it like this. I don't think Elite is like the exception. Yeah. But I agree. Like even we play pretty high level snap, James, I think. It's the same. You level up, but you can always drop back down all the way down if you're actually...
Yeah, I mean, snap's another example. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Until you hit infinite. But then when you're locked in infinite, it doesn't matter because it's kind of you're not playing for anything.
You're in Elite Division then, and it doesn't matter. Yeah.
But I've been having a horrible time in Division 3 rivals, winning like 1 in 18 matches or something. Had something like that, and it's it's
I do know someone who might be able to help though, but that's beside the point.
Yeah, we have some good coaching as well. Hopefully that would help. Should think so. But if you don't have that possibility, if you don't afford to have that possibility, then I understand that a lot of people just say, "Okay, I'm quitting. I don't. This is not for me anymore. It's not fun. I hate it. Makes me feel bad." So they should put back the relegation. We had it a few years ago, but then EA put objectives only in those modes, and people relegate.
I know why it is. I know 100% why it is. Because we get rewards based on the division we are in.
Yep.
And what happened in the previous years, not last year, but what happened when we played seasons or when we actually had a different ladder system, is people would relegate themselves all the way to an easy division, get those 45 points, so to speak, right? And then jump back into getting as high as they can in division like 3 or 2, get those rewards first day of the week, drop all the way back, get some easy wins on Sunday evening, then jump way back, but at least you have your 45 points, no pressure. And even if you then make it to week 3, division 3 that week, not a biggie, but those 45 points were a breeze. And you make the life for people that were struggling in those divisions lower pretty miserable as well. So that's why they stopped that.
Yeah.
I also get that perspective. And that's why I said I totally get Ingvi's point of he's not having a great time currently. I totally get James' point saying, hey, this system is objectively bad because they don't do it everywhere else. But it's also because of weekly rewards, it's 100% getting misused or abused, I should say. Hence why they don't want anyone at not Division 2 and above relegating. I think that's why it is.
But there's
My
many
issue with this is that they aren't communicating on why they blocked it there.
That's
and I think this is
also
the
a
reason.
point. But there are many people that got into a division and they don't even get the 5 wins to get any rewards, and they can't qualify for champs, so they don't get any rewards there either. And then they get the fear of missing out, makes them feel bad because they're not as good as they thought they would be or could be, and seeing everybody else is getting rewards, and that gets into a bad spiral.
I definitely agree with you, but the fact I'm playing a kickoff match or a rush match with 3 players going AFK right from the start means EA can't really say, hey, there's just a couple of bad acts in here. And I think that sort of shows why they wanted to do this. So that's why I'm not against it, or I'm just trying to highlight both sides of the story.
I get that. I get that as well. People do that in any game where you can be relegated or drop down. People will purposefully, I can't remember the term for it, it's not smurfing. Smurfing's like starting a new account.
Yeah, but
purposefully drop their rank just for easy wins and just to play easier competition.
People do it in Snap. Did it in Snap as well.
Yeah, doing Snap.
You got Infinite. You lose. You just give away your final 30 games on the day before reset. So your matchmaking will be easier when the season starts.
Yeah, people do it. People do it in iRacing. People do it in League of Legends. People do it in Street Fighter. Whatever game, it happens. How you prevent that? I don't know, because I just think this system doesn't work particularly well for the examples that we've already discussed. Maybe just allow one relegation then. So if you've hit Division 3 as your peak, you're allowed to be relegated down to Division 4, but you can never drop
once
down
a week, maybe.
One
division was it?
Yeah.
That would be fair, I think, and it couldn't be
Let's do the other way around.
that much.
We've got the solution here. You can only promote like 2 divisions every week.
No, I don't think promotion's the problem. I think the drop-in is the problem. I think Ingvi's actually nailed it. That's the fix. Is one drop allowed per week, and then if you are accidentally too high, you're going to suffer for a couple of weeks, but you'll eventually, or might be less than that. I don't know, but you will find yourself in the correct.
I think the community is agreeing with you guys.
Yeah, but then the person who wants to drop all the way down to Division 10 or whatever for their easy wins, well, good luck waiting 10 weeks.
Yeah.
Nah, fair point. Fair point. All right. I gotta leave it there because we're 50 minutes in almost, guys, and we don't have that much time. So quickly, I want to talk about 6-back formations. People were saying, hey, there's 6-back formation. Now they're playing 6-backs. And people sent so many messages this week to me, guys, about 6-backs. Even Ingvi sent me a picture from a 6-back formation. And it is a 6-back formation when you have possession. When you don't have possession, it's just a 5-back, a regular 5-back, which you can say a lot of things about, but it's not that bad. A properly 4-2-3-1 with CDMs coming back in previous years was far more compact than the 5-back currently is. That's my take, but at least just trust me, that 6-back picture you've seen coming around, or people saying this formation is super, is only 6 at the back when you have the ball. And that makes 0 sense because you don't have an out. So don't let people tilt you by showing you a picture. That's something I just want to get off my chest. We can't go into anything. So I'm afraid, James, although you would have taken the honors today, we have to drop I haven't Jota a clue because that will take too much time for today.
Okay, yeah.
We will have the community team of the week. And what is that all about, Ingvi? What is the community team of the week? And I think I actually have a nice one for this.
Community team of the week.
Thank you, Daniel. Community team of the week is, Ingvi, where people send in their teams on the Discord. They can use that same system to catalog their weekly upgrades and show their team from week 1 all the way to the end of FC 25. It is free to join our Discord, and it is free to just post your team there. And if you posted a good team, Ingvi will pick it out, or an interesting team, or a creative team, or just a funky team, which you like, hey, like the colors of this one. Ingvi will pick a team, and he will tell us which one deserves a highlight on the show. And who have you picked this week?
I've picked John Talkingfoot's team. It was really interesting. It's very different from kind of standard one. Some interesting player choices as well that we haven't seen much. And of course, there's three well-known ones as well. So there's a good mix, a little bit of everything. Has Neuer in goal, which is fine, of course, for Bundesliga. Kyle Walker, right back. He has Mickey van der Ven as centre back next to Koch. I think his name was called.
Koch, well done, my friend.
Yeah, road to the knockouts. And Lizarazu, left back. Debinya, right mid, and then centre mid, consisting of the new Thuram, and of course Hero Marquisio. Informa Diemia on the left mid. Up top, it Watts next to Sophia Smith. So speedy team. There's not many slow players in that team. Some interesting colors, fun players, some well-known ones, meta as well. So
a couple of things stands out for me in this team, Ingvi.
Yeah.
One, not everyone's on full cam. We got a question in about that, which we'll take out shortly. And two, John had a time you guys just described where he thinks he's not having a great, or at least he's not having a great time. I'm saying he thinks so, but he's not having a great time grinding the ladder currently, right? But this team actually is pretty phenomenal. That's without the super rewards, right?
Yeah, it's
James,
a really good team.
You're about in the same division. Does your team look anything close to this?
No.
You don't have a bad team, but this is
good players, first owner players as well. So yeah.
I mean, the Smith striker, she looks amazing. That's a great pull for him in that team. I focus very heavily on chemistry, so my team would never end up looking like this. I'm curious about the roles as well, because there's a lot of plus roles there. There's like 3 plus roles there. I don't know what they are on these cards, but curious to know what the roles are.
Oh, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know that either. Yeah. We do have a question sent in about chemistry, and I'll put it on screen for you. Mario sends in, now with player rules, why is EA still making... Now with player rules, why EA is still bonded with chemistry thing, making our life difficult. Like in this team, players are on 1, 2, and 3 chemistry. It's all over the place. I don't necessarily think it's an issue. What do you guys think? Like, James, you're heavily focused on chemistry. I know Ingvi is as well. Can you guys explain why, or why it doesn't matter?
I like it because it makes the game outside of the actual gameplay like a strategy game for me. Anyone who's on the Discord, and I'll do the Chris plug here since I'm filling his shoes, is free to join. No reason not to. Get on there. Great community. Lots of advice. Lots of banter. Lots of chatting. You can get in and do rush with the group as well. It's brilliant. But yeah, I like it.
I didn't even pay him for that.
Sorry?
I don't even pay you for that.
No. But anyone who's on the Discord might have seen the fact that I change my team very, very frequently. I'm constantly tweaking it, constantly looking for players that might be a better fit. And I like that. And I like the challenge of finding a player that is a good fit for the team gameplay-wise, whilst being restricted by the chemistry. And now having these player roles this year, I think that's another layer of depth to your club and your actual squad building. That I really enjoy it, and it makes it gives you more opportunity, in my opinion, to make your team be your team, and I really like that. And now I'd like to know what Ingvi thinks.
Yeah, I agree with what James said. It's like the puzzle, the challenge by finding the right pieces for that puzzle, and it might look complete on the table, but when you go into the game, sometimes this is not working, and then you try to say, okay, maybe I should fit a different type of role system for my type of build-up play, and then find the new puzzle pieces to put in there, and then suddenly it clicks, and that's when things are fun, and you feel that extra reward for the time extra spent trying to get the team full chem with the right roles and everything. That's fun for me.
Yeah, I'm going to answer this question along with another question that's sent in. Unfortunately, this question was sent in on Discord and is now on streamer mode, so I can only see the first letter. So, Mr. B ... with the Manchester United logo. Thank you for sending these questions. His question is, what do you guys look to do when creating a tactic, looking to take advantage of a mechanic or making it fun, just like football? Why I want to combine this question is when I build a team, I think about a system. I find players that fit in that system. There's where the rules come in. For example, I could have a right fullback that wants to cover the inside. I want a right fullback like Arnold that has the false back plus or the false back plus plus even, right? I built my team like that. And if I can then make the chemistry as high as possible, great. If not, I prefer in this current version of the game that we have now, I prefer to have an off-cam player that does the role he or she is fit for. So in this situation, I would rather put in a one chemistry center defense midfielder on holding plus plus if he has the option, than putting a better stat-wise defender on that position that doesn't fulfill the roles.
So that's maybe what John's done with his team then.
Yeah, so that's why I quite like it.
Yeah.
Or these are just the best players he has and puts them in this place and don't care about chemistry. Also fine. And I got this question sent in a couple of times last week as well on the Discord itself. So just to make sure everyone understands, and maybe I'm just repeating myself or it's just very obvious here. Chemistry doesn't do anything else than boost the individual player. So if you apply a chemistry card on a player, you look, does he have 1, 2, or 3 dots on him, on her, and then you get a stat boost applied on that player. Right? You get more chemistry on a player by combining players and clubs, etc. But it does not influence the stats negatively. So a player on 0 chem will be the player with the stats there, and if you apply chemistry cards on that player, it just doesn't get any boosts. That's it. We talked about, I forgot her name, the tea drinking lady, Alex Morgan tonight. She has such amazing finishing stats that if you want to poach your plus plus, she fits that role. And even without a chemistry boost, it could very much be that Morgan works better for you in your team than another striker. And if you can combine it and up her stats even more by upgrading the chemistry, nice. But if you have to put in a player that brings out the rest of your team, like doesn't fit your team on the way you like to play, but will boost the individual chemistry, I think that's rather pointless. So that's how I build my team. So hopefully I get why Mario says, why do they make it difficult? I think it adds that extra layer of puzzle and sort of thinking. And it's the same as we see in real life football where, hey, I got a good number 6 player that can't really press high, and I got a good number 8 player that's a good presser but can't really defend. What do I need for my style of play? Instead of just looking at face stats. I think this works really well. And the fact, how do I build my tactics? Answering B double double double. The question is, I look at what style do I want to play, which players fit those roles, what roles do I need, find the right players with that, and if this is all working well together, nice. It could also be a reason why I add a player later on that fits that role and is a better chemistry link. So, like I had with Palmer today, like, oh, he actually fits up some chemistry on other players as well. Nice, win-win, right? And even though the individual stats might be a little bit lower, I think that's a generally boost for the team. And I quite like that also. Hopefully that helps a bit. Last sent in question. We are going long today, but Homer sends in a question and he asks, with people wrongly thinking the speed boost is totally nerfed rather than the bug fixed, do you think we will see less try to abuse it? Ingvi, we haven't talked about sprint boot nerf. Can you quickly highlight what happened there?
We got a live tuning update from EA during a few days ago, popping up in game. They did some adjustment to some through ball, long balls, and speed boost was a little bit too unrealistic and effective, maybe. So instead of putting out a big patch with lots of other stuff as well, they just put out a live tuning upgrade, made you restart the game to apply it, and then you're ready to go with the changer, which is nice. You don't have to wait for kind of critical quick fixes. So that's a nice thing that they could do that. I haven't seen as many players trying to do the speed boost after that update came out, but I've seen someone use speed boost, and it's still quite effective if done rightly.
Yeah.
So if you're really good at it, I would still try it, because you will get past players still, maybe not as quickly, but it's still quite effective with the right type of players.
So here, this shows how good people actually read these notes. Same with the fact we have to explain the rules and stuff so often. And that's perfectly fine. I gladly do it. But there was a bug in the sprint boost that if you trigger the sprint boost, and it's fairly easy to do, you hold L1, you start walking, and the moment you release L1, you hit the sprint boost. Like you do it instantly. It takes a little bit of practice, but the player shoots away. There was a glitch in the game that made sometimes this player really launch itself like super speed. Right?
Yeah.
Not always intended speed. And if that player already was very fast, you just couldn't catch up. So you could have Mbappe, you could try it 3 times, and the third time he might just launch himself like he was like the Flash.
Yeah.
Right? And that's the only thing they removed. The skill, the move itself still works, just like it was last year. It's not even a new move. But the bug is squashed where the extra launch was applied sometimes.
It's a little bit more realistic acceleration.
Yeah, and it's still it's very. I think it still works very well. James, we've been playing last night. Still worked. We could still beat people with it, but it's not that I just going to try this a couple of times, and when it works, I'm through. No, you just have to think about it now. This is perfectly fine. This is the way it was intended, and actually the way it was during the beta as well. So this just snuck in somewhere. Someone found out and got squashed. Perfect. And doing that over live tuning, 2 thumbs up for me. Ideal way to tune this game now. But maybe try to explain a little bit better what happened, because now people think they completely destroyed the move, but that's not the case.
No,
like they do pretty good pitch notes with those images, with those examples. They should just, when you do live tuning, put out one page with this, and it's all good.
Yep, agree.
Do we think people gonna use it less? Yes, because I saw a couple of players like Leao dropping in price tremendously because it was nerfed to that, but it's actually not nerfed to that. So.
But he's gone up again, though.
So, yeah, because now people found out that's actually not destroyed.
Panic buying back, and he was down like to 390,000 coins, I think, at the lowest yesterday, something around there. I don't know how much he is back at now, but I think he went almost 100k up again as well.
Yeah, so it's pretty
so
much.
if you were watching the prices, you could have made some really nice trades if you had that amount of coins, of course. It's a lot of coins to have, but he's now 440,000 coins, so yeah, it turned around.
I'm going to take 4 more minutes, and we only have 4 minutes, James, for I haven't Jota a clue. In this, because I just want to get everything off the list now as well. And
Okay.
you prepared this. So in this section, we, Ingvi, can ask three questions. I can ask 3 questions. You have picked a player we don't know about. And, well, we can narrow it down and try to guess which player it is. I think the player has to be 85 or above. Something like that was the rule.
It was 87 or
87
above.
or above.
Yep.
That was the only restriction you had to picking a player.
Mm-hmm.
Currently, I'm leaning 2-0. And if you are in our Discord, just drop a message to James in this situation.
Sure, yeah.
If you
I'll pass
want,
it on to
if you
Chris.
think you know this, and you can win it as well. And if you win it, if you win it, you can choose the next one. And hopefully, Ingvi and I can duke it out, and I can score my 3-0. Can we do this quick rapid fire questions, Ingvi?
Yeah, sure.
Then you can start.
Does the player play in the Premier League?
They do.
Oh. The one rule is you can't ask if he's a male or she female in the first week. So just putting that out there. So I'm not asking that though. No. But if Premier League already says that's a male, probably.
That kind of gets around that.
Well done,
the question. Actually, yeah, we found a loophole.
Sorry.
I thought about it.
Sorry, not sorry.
We actually did this already. Is the player born in Europe?
Yes.
That's not very quick fire.
Is the player a midfielder?
No.
Is the player born in Western Europe?
Yes.
Do you want to take a guess, Ingvi, or do you want to?
Is it Holland?
Yes.
I was thinking Ødegaard first, but
I was like, I've got to pick the player, so I'm going to pick somebody from Norway and somebody with a ponytail.
I was going to ask the ponytail next, but if you had said yes, then I would say Holland straight away. But yeah,
No,
that's awesome.
That would win it. It's 2-1 for your advantage, for my advantage. But well done, Ingvi. Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hopefully next week I can start again. Thanks for that, James. Thanks for that.
Yeah, awesome.
You're welcome.
That means if someone in the community has an idea of which player to pick, just send a message. We'll see. Don't send it to us. Send it to James and or Chris, of course. This might get more exciting actually than I first imagined it. Thank you so much. Hey guys, I will be back on this Monday evening with a new recording. If you are a Patreon member, you can find the exclusive content. And of course, you can join in live and you can find these shows as soon as we edit it that same night. If you're not a Patreon member, totally fine. We definitely understand money can be scarce these days. What you can do to help us out is, of course, give us a 5-star review on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and give us a thumbs up or subscription on YouTube, youtube.com/futinreview. Those options are free, but the other ones cost about $1 a week, and it will help keep this motor running. So thank you very much for everyone that joined this week as well. So we'll be back with 5 new shows next week, 2 big shows and 3 FUT IN review shorts. Also, thank you for the amazing designs on the thumbnail, James, because judges want to highlight James made all our new thumbnails. So everyone's sending messages about the new looks. That's up to James as well. Ingvi, thank you so much. Have a great weekend, guys. Leave us with one thing left for us to do, and that is to
drop it.
Drop it.
Drop it.
FUT in review.